Hey guys, so I'm on my way home. It's Sunday. I look crazy, a little crazy, but anyways, I'm on my way home from working and my nose is itching. Oh my gosh. Anyways, I'm on my way home from working and I just wanted to update you guys about my whole thyroid situation. So a few weeks ago, I had gotten the news that the radiation did not work and that I was looking, I had to go and get an ultrasound done. I went ahead, got the ultrasound. My makeup looks like awful right now. I'm sorry. And I'm driving, of course. But I think a lot of people like my driving vlogs, so I'm just gonna have to deal with it. Or you guys will just have to deal with it if you don't. But anyway, so I went ahead and got the ultrasound done. And this is what pissed me off, okay? Last week, we went through a total, gosh, what is it called? A total polar vortex, okay? We were at like negative 24 degrees, and then with the wind chill, it was like negative 60. It was really, really cold, and I get a lot of places were closed down, like my doctor's office, and they were unable to, answer the phone calls during like the day that they closed down. That's totally fine. But I had gotten my ultrasound done almost 3 weeks ago now. Yeah, it'll be like 3 weeks this coming up week. So on that Thursday, I went and got my ultrasound done, and they said 2 or 3 business days, your doctor should have the results of what your ultrasound revealed. So I waited the 3 days. Actually, I waited 2 days because I'm just impatient. So I called on Tuesday, and they were like, we don't see your results yet. The hospital didn't send them. Now, that's a bunch of bullshit because the doctor I go to is in network with the hospital, and they share a database. So as soon as that information is put into that database, they should have access to it. And then on the phone, she goes, oh, look, yeah, I just got it now. It's like, bitch, you just didn't, look for it, okay? And the problem with the office, too, is first of all, I think offices pay, like, shit, so there's a big turnover rate, so there's not, the same people every time you go into the office. It's, always new employees. Even, the nurse practitioner, this is, the second one I've had, and I've been going there since June. We are now in the first week of February. So basically, they just don't have their shit together, and I feel like I'm always the one calling them. They're never the ones calling me with results. So I'm like, okay, well, now that you got my results back, can you tell me what it says? And she's like, well, no, I'm just the assistant to the doctor. I can't tell you. I will have either the nurse practitioner or the doctor give you a call. Probably not tomorrow because we'll probably be closed because of the snowstorm or the polar vortex or whatever. Or, so they'll probably call you on Thursday. Well, I had off work on Thursday, so I called 3 times. And the first time they're like, oh, well, and this was at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. They're like, oh, yeah, the nurse hasn't had time to look at it yet. I'm like, guys, they told me I failed my cancer scan. I have cancer. What do you mean you didn't have time to look at my fucking results, okay? I'm kind of scared. Am I going to need chemo? Am I going to need to do another round of RAI? What does this mean? Did it spread to my lymph nodes? Why didn't it work? You have so many questions, and, I'm not one to usually panic, but I have cancer. I really have real cancer. Someone take me serious. Be on top of it. This is your job. I shouldn't have to, beg you to give me my test results. So I didn't hear from anybody on Thursday. Finally, Friday rolls around, and because I'm a teacher, I'm working, but I told my kids in my class, and normally, guys, I would never answer my phone or anything, but my kids know that I'm going through, I have cancer, and yes, no, I'm Mrs. Whatever, I'm not going to die, but I needed to answer this phone call. So I had told my students, I said, listen, if I get a phone call, sorry, I just got a notification popped up. If I get a phone call, it's from my doctor, and I have to answer it, so everyone needs to be quiet and let me just, like, answer it, and I'll make it really short. So of course they call me during like the most inconvenient time, and basically what I got from that phone call was they found new nodules or like tumors in my neck. And I think she started naming them, and from what I can like regather, it was like 5. I don't know the size. I don't know what that means. I just know that they're still cancer. And then the nurse practitioner goes, so yeah, the doctor said he'll see you in like 2 months, and then we'll repeat the scan and see if the radiation does anything more, like kills them. And I'm like, if they're new, what do you mean? And I'm like, you gave me 25 millicurie, so it wasn't even that much radiation to begin with. I'm like, how is that? How did he come to that conclusion? Why does this happen? Is this normal? And she's like, and she's not from this country, so she, like, you know, her first language is not English, so it wasn't, you know, like the communication was just like hard to like understand. And she goes, oh yeah, that's a good question. I don't know. You'll have to ask the doctor. I said, well, can you put him on the phone? And she's like, oh, well, he's at the hospital right now, so he can't talk, but you can come in. We'll squeeze you in for an appointment so we can go over things with you. And I'm like, okay. With squeezing me in means February 21st. It's February 2nd. And when I talked to her on the phone, it was Friday, so it was February 1st. It was February 3rd, I mean. So it's February 3rd, so when I talked to her, it was the 1st of February. So that's their idea of squeezing me in, is the 21st of February at 3:45 in the afternoon. So I was so fucking pissed that no one called me on Thursday. Sorry for all the profanity. I have cancer, and I don't know how many times I have to say this. I have cancer, and if I feel like swearing at this point because I feel like I'm not getting the necessary attention, I'm gonna swear, and I'm going to make this video because this is my diary, and I'm literally recording just how I feel and the emotions, and I'm not trying to like sugarcoat anything. But I requested a second opinion, or like actually it's like more like a third opinion, from a different hospital that's not even like affiliated. It's like a different like brand of whatever. So it's like with Northwestern Group. So I'm gonna go out there on February 20th. It's amazing that I explained to them the whole situation on the phone. I talked to this lady, and she's like, yeah, no, definitely go for a second opinion. Of course she's gonna say that because it's her, you know, office. But she's like, yeah, go for a second opinion. She's like, you know, if anything, you know, once you have cancer, like, you know, don't feel like, sorry, now I'm like gonna cry. I guess one of my biggest concerns, you guys, is like, I know thyroid cancer oftentimes is thought to be like the cancer you want to have, but literally every time I've turned around, I have gotten like the worst possible outcome. You know, like, who grows new tumors after they have it removed? Like, no one. Who has to go, you know what? It's just like everything I've been told has been like just not right. It hasn't been like, you know, part of the formula, if you will. So basically, like, I guess having this type of cancer, I don't always like feel like validated, or like my needs are like as important as somebody else's. But having someone on the other line just say like, listen, you have cancer, you're allowed to seek a second opinion, and you're entitled to feel the way you want to feel. And yeah, that's not like the first time I've heard that from people. I've heard, you know, my friends say like, you're allowed to have your feelings, and you're allowed to feel and grieve the way you need to do it. But having someone else like in the medical profession say that, it just made me feel like a little bit more validated that I actually do have like legit serious problem, you know? And I guess like, because maybe I don't necessarily look like sick, and sometimes it's like I even forget myself, like, yeah, you have cancer, like, you're not okay, you know? So it was just good to have that like validation, where my other doctor, I don't tend to feel like I get that like validity that I'm sick. Like, it's almost like, oh, well, we have a lot of other patients with a lot of other problems, so like just deal with it. And like, trust me, I'm not trying to be that type of person who's like oh my god, oh my gosh, look at me, like I'm the only one who's allowed to, like I'm the only one in the world, I have like the worst problems. But sorry, I have to open up my garage this way because my remote broke and I keep forgetting to order a new one. I don't even know if this vlog is making any sense, but basically I try really hard not to like bother my doctor's office, and I try to like, I guess like, you know, try to understand that like I'm not the only person in the world who has problems. And I know like endocrinologists especially, there's not a whole hell of a lot of them, and there's a lot of people who need them who do have like problems like diabetes and thyroids and God knows what else they have to do. But I should be on a priority list somewhere, especially when this cancer is so weird. And then to be told, oh, come back in like a couple months and we'll repeat the test. Like, I'm 27 years old. I want babies, and I wanted them like a year ago. And every time, you know, I have to already now wait like a year. And if you want me to repeat RAI, then I have to wait another year. And I'm sorry, I have babies on my brain and I want to start having them. So get going with it. Just like nuke me again. Let's do it now and get it. Let's kill it. Let's just do what we need to do now. So that way, a year or two from now, I'm not going, wow, now I'm 35 wanting to have kids and I missed my window because my doctor was too busy fucking around. That's how I feel. So yeah, I'm getting a second opinion, and now I'm all worked up and I'm ready to like beat somebody's ass. Like, that's how I feel. Can you tell I'm from Chicago? That's how we talk. But you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, so I'm going in for a second opinion. I'm hoping it's a little bit more combative, and just not that, maybe it's because I'm more of a kind of like a confrontational person, but I need someone who, I need a doctor in a doctor's office to be more on my level and more like, I don't even know what's that, not aggressive. Yeah, I need a doctor's, there's my motorcycles, my messy garage. I just need a doctor's office who's going to be a little bit more aggressive and proactive and not so like lackadaisical. So with that being said, you guys, that's my update. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you for listening to me bitch for the past 13 minutes. All right, I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. Stay warm. Bye.